Good morning. My name is Chartpunk and this is your daily dose of Bitcoin. Let's start on the weekly chart, on the weekly market structure. Basically, the situation is still the same what we have seen yesterday. We are still in this resistance zone. Bitcoin bulls are currently pushing and trying to overtake this 25,300 zone. And as we do not have any serious resistance here in this area, I assume that a push above this resistance zone could directly elevate the Bitcoin price to this $27,000, $28,000 level. This is a very important level because, as you see, the anchored volume weighted average price calculated from the top of the previous bull run is arriving here at around $28,000. So a return to this level would mean a complete mean reversion in the downtrend, basically the same what we have seen here in March 2022. Now I just put on the volume to the chart and go down to the 4-hour chart because I will show you something interesting there. So this is the market structure on the 4-hour Bitcoin chart. I have published this chart yesterday also on Twitter. What we see here is basically an ascending triangle, which is a bullish pattern. What we see here is that the volume is decreasing, the volatility is decreasing. Simultaneously to that, the bulls are trying to tackle this $25,200 zone, and the bears, after each push, have less and less power to push the price back under this trend line, and this trend line is holding. So what usually happens in this pattern is that when the price arrives in this apex, there is a big volatility expansion, and the price usually continues its way to the next resistance. And in our case, the next resistance is here, this $27,000, $28,000 zone, as I have showed you on the weekly chart. And this kind of correlates with the chart pattern as well, because if we calculate the first impulse with this, and then I copy this arrow to here, then what we see is that basically if the price launches from here, then the target of this pattern could be somewhere in this zone. So this is basically a bullish sign and a bullish theory on the Bitcoin market. The volume is nicely descending, volatility is descending, and the bears have less and less power. They are not able to tackle this ascending trend line. Let's take a look at the weekly trend and momentum structure. Everything is looking peachy here. What we are seeing is that the moving averages, the consensus moving averages, are aligned in a bullish trend structure. The 30-period moving average is here, the 7-period is here, and the 3-period moving average is on top. And the Chartpunk HTF trading system is painting the candles green, which is indicating a bullish momentum behind the weekly time frame. The RSI is nicely ascending, and the RSI itself is above its exponential moving average shadow, which is bullish. The only thing is that the Chartpunk momentum oscillator has started to lean down a bit. This is the only slightly bearish thing what I see on this chart. But basically, if you take a look at this weekly chart, your trend and momentum calibration for your swing trades should be long. 3-day Bitcoin chart, this is basically the same what we see on the weekly chart. Here we are on support, candles are green, so the Chartpunk trading system indicator is sensing a bullish momentum behind the market, and the trend structure is also bullish. The 30-period moving average is here on the bottom, the 7-period moving average is in the middle, and the 3-period moving average is on top. RSI is nicely ascending, and the Chartpunk momentum oscillator has started to lean up and again is crossing up to a bullish territory. So all good here on the 3-day Bitcoin chart. Calibration here is also bullish. 1-day Bitcoin chart also looking very, very nice. The only slight concern that I have here is kind of a divergence, a bearish divergence forming between the price action and the RSI. Thing is that we are now at a very, very important resistance level, and divergences usually validate resistances or supports. So it is not a surprise that the price action and the RSI are divergent from each other. Anyway, this is not a final divergence yet because we do not have a clear angle to the bottom from the RSI, and we do not have a clear angle from the price action downwards. So this is not a final divergence. It is just forming, but definitely this is showing that this 25-2 resistance is pretty strong on the daily Bitcoin time frame. So this is the trend and momentum structure, and this is the market structure with which we will trade today. Enjoy your days, guys, and see you in my next daily update. Happy trading.